Welcome to Brands on Tap, featuring trademark applications from the United States Patent and Trademark Office on November 23rd. As the sun goes down, the evening rolls in, you've been waiting patiently. Find the right time to make that move. Time's now to make a jailbreak. No, not to bust out of jail, but to bust out a new kind of card games for your friends who've shown up for an evening of fun. This filed by a company called Paper Street Comics out of Wisconsin. They even made a Kickstarter project. They're 20% on their way of a goal of $15,000 by the end of the year. 5 weeks left. Check out this site. It looks really cool. It's a strategic tabletop game pitting you against your friends in a race to escape the world's most dangerous prison. And you can see the graphics. It's a game of strategy to avoid guards, steal resources, challenge other inmates to make your escape. So they have all different kinds of playing cards, mugshots, room cards, resource cards, officers, and inmates. And if you pledge at a level of, say, $250, you can send your picture over to their team of artists. They'll turn your image into a mugshot card, and you'll get credits in it. What a way to participate.
Jailbreak is a dynamic card game where the prison layout and the individual skill sets of your character change with every session. The game can be played with 2 to 6 players, and a session can last from 20 to 40 minutes with a very simple goal. Navigate through this prison in an attempt to gain 3 resources, a blueprint, a tool, and a key card, and then head to the room located on your blueprint card to escape. But the Stonewall Penitentiary can be unforgiving. With every turn, you will have to contend with gang attacks, fellow inmates trying to escape, and officers looking to send you to solitary confinement.
If there's no get out of jail free card in this game, so you get towards the end of it with your friends, time to scale the wall, and they screw you over and leave you behind. One actually cheated for real in the game, and you wanted to call him out, so you pull out the real life ref. This is filed by a company called Colorcraft out of Washington. It's a novelty gag toy. It's a sports referee box containing yellow and red card, penalty flags, whistles, and notes for the purposes of calling a foul on your friends, family, or coworkers. Anyway, you wrap up the game and you deal with your friends messing with you, all in good fun, all for a good night of fun as they so promise. They take you out for some bar politics with Josh Kumler. And this, filed by Josh, he's out of Dallas, Texas, and he set up something one of a kind. This is one guy to watch. He will have his own talk show one day. Real talent in the making. Anyway, he's filing this in connection with entertainment services, developing online TV, radio, and other media programs in the field of comedy, politics, and variety. In a nutshell, it's fake news, real issues, and kinda drunk. So he sets up live at different bars around town in Dallas, and they are having a blast if you check out some of this footage.
Before we jump to any conclusions, let's remember what Taylor Swift taught us. Haters gonna hate. And if Mr. Thomas is the victim of cyberbullying, he either has something really important to say, or he is just a huge asshole. Either way, you're gonna have to look somewhere other than the internet to decide. Back to you, Josh.
Dallas city districts are redrawn every 10 years based on US Census data. That means this map was drawn in 2011 based on data from 2010. And that means when we all go to vote on May 9th, we'll be working within a system that is 5 years old and has over 5 years to go before it will be changed. Meanwhile, we've got people moving here by the thousands every couple weeks. U-Haul recently named us the #1 growth city in the nation. That means we've got more one-way truck rentals coming our way than Brooklyn, more than LA, and more than the parents' homes of liberal arts majors.
Well, your friends are living up to the promise, buying the shots and rounds. There's so much talking, you can't tell whether you're talking politics or talking shit, because it all sounds the same at this point. Anyway, they go on intermission over at Bar Politics, and you look around, there's a little table set up for Save the USA. This filed by the Friends of the Original Constitution out of Salt Lake City, in connection with charitable services, promoting public awareness of the Constitution, raising money by any means with the ultimate goal of a constitutional convention, which is one of 2 procedures for proposing amendments to the U.S. Constitution. The other method, of course, is 2/3 vote by each House of Congress, and that's how all 27 amendments have been passed to date through Congress, not through the proposal by state legislatures. There is a growing movement for change. Many states can agree they'd want to go this route through balanced budget amendment. There are even PACs that are on the rise to overturn the Supreme Court decision on Citizens United. But the friends of the original Constitution out of Salt Lake City have their own ideas. Check it out.
Yeah, you have. You've been living on another planet or something? After the Constitutional Convention, all of our debts were forgiven. I mean, everyone's, the whole country. I didn't lose my home. I own it outright now. And a new Citizens Benefit Plan saw me through my unemployment. Each citizen is now part owner of the new central bank.
And we each get $200 a month for healthcare. Healthcare we actually want.
Mom didn't have to move in with us after all because her Social Security benefit doubled to $2,400 a month.
You can't remember the last time you felt so good off the moonshine. In fact, you can't even remember. You're just feeling this light, this glimmer of something. And you look up and sure enough, there's the Stunlight in your face. This is filed by a company called Meadowstar Enterprises from Long Island, New York. And they filed in connection with an apparatus. It's a non-lethal security device. It uses a light source to detect, warn, repel, temporarily blind, disorient, nauseate, disable, confuse, debilitate, stun, subdue, stop, or incapacitate people. That's how bright the light is. And you don't like who's shining on you because it's the cops and you're in a back alley and once again your friends screwed you over and left you behind. Not only that, but you find yourself with some Jolly Molly, which is filed by an individual from South Korea, which is a love doll. Go figure. In the back alley of the bar with a love doll and the cops waking you up from that amnesiatic sleep. Well, you're lucky by your skinny chin without a prior record. There won't be a real jailbreak to contend with. They let you go with a warning, and you and Jolly Molly head home. And you can't believe, yet again, you've been fucked by your friends. Friends you can't trust, according to this filing from Eric Brunetti, in connection with all sorts of apparel. He's out of LA, and this is one of the more important stories I could tell you. Brunetti started the F.U.C.T clothing brand near 25 years ago. He's an artist and entrepreneur whose graphics are infused with cultural strands from skateboarding, graffiti culture, and punk rock music. He's been a trailblazer since the early 90s in popularizing streetwear, having revolutionary themes, subversive graphics, and in-your-face imagery. His expression on American culture critique capitalism, government, religion, and pop culture. Just as not all inventions are patentable, not all brands can be trademarked. It must meet the statutory requirements of law. In this case, law prevents the registration of any trademark that consists of or comprises immoral, deceptive, or scandalous matter. Now, the courts have shown that scandalous is considered to be a lower bar than obscene. And all it would take to prove scandalous is if it is vulgar. And that's where some of the arguments lie. For any applicants in the last 25 years, and there are 8 of them, that have filed for F.U.C.T as a brand has been so. Fucked has been fucked based on it deemed and judged as scandalous. 2 of these 8 applications are filed by Brunetti, the most recent one still in play. A closer look at his application, you can see it was filed 4 years ago, and there's now an appeal for the final refusal of the register of the mark before the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board. Take a look at this. You get a further appreciation of all the back and forth and how hard he's fighting. He first filed over 20 years ago. He's come back to the well 4 years ago. And look at all the back and forth correspondence between Brunetti and the Trademark Office. And where it stands is that the board issued this brief. And although Brunetti's counsel argues that the repeated reliance on the acronym of FUCT, standing for Friends You Can't Trust, as we're seeing in today's application, is not just a facade to hide behind. They conclude to the contrary, that the term fucked was chosen precisely because it was knowingly calibrated to be simultaneously alluring, offensive, and corporate, retaining just enough ambiguity to provide plausible deniability when necessary around the question of whether it is merely another way to say fucked, while knowing that members of its specially target audience would never be fooled. This is what makes what Brunetti is doing so important. He's challenging the furthest reaches of law to help better understand the fine line of it. It's not just for his own rights, but ours as well. He's taking this approach by using fuck this time around as an explicit acronym, adding the dots and spelling out exactly the meaning of it. By so doing, can narrow the definition so it couldn't be associated with the sexual aspects of the word, but rather more in the connotation of that which is ruined or damaged or has no chance of success. And the irony is that by this strategy might increase the odds and the greater likelihood and have its very chance of success, and finally break through the 25 years of how the word fucked has been fucked. The sun's finally rising as you're heading home, realizing which friends you can't trust and left you behind in a back alley. Just as you get home ready to crash, you have yourself a jungle bar. This found by Crowbar Protein. They're from Iceland. This is for a breakfast grain-based food bar. It contains seeds, chocolate, dried fruit, and some cricket flour. That's right, it is insect infused. It has high protein and minerals, as mentioned, an Icelandic company, and the food products are made with edible insects.
Jungle Bar is a delicious protein bar made with sesame, sunflower and pumpkin seeds, chocolate and our sustainably sourced insect ingredient, cricket flour.
Cricket flour?
Oh yes, the cricket flour we use comes from all-American farm-raised crickets that have been dried and ground down to fine flour.
So you crashed out hard, sleep the whole day away. Finally get up, the sun's going down, but no jailbreak this time, and no Jolly Molly love doll by your side either. You're looking just to cool out and enjoy and relax the evening with some live entertainment. You head out to see The Waters. This filed by the parent company of the band out of Sedona, Arizona, in connection with live musical performances. The Waters are a unique blend of the Americana and soul sound. Daniel and Jenna Waters, schoolmates turned bandmates turned soulmates, share the lead vocals and guitar in the group alongside with their six-piece band. They formed in 2009 in the Denver area, then moved on out to Nashville until recently relocating earlier this year in Austin, Texas. They've been playing music together for 12 years, writing for 8, worked on 6 albums together, toured extensively throughout the country, garnered a devoted fan base, their high-energy performances, stirring vocals, and road-weathered musicianship.
Endless resistance to conscious existence, natural instincts, no relief from my conditioned beliefs, cannibal animals, heartstrings, free radicals, and right how the story goes, we will bloom like a flower bud. Glorieta, Glorieta, coming to get you, Glorieta, don't you ever say.
Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up, or feel free to leave any comments below. Please click on the subscribe button, as we post 3 or 4 videos each week, and this is the best way to stay updated to the latest. And if you really love what we're doing, hit the share button, and in a single click to Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media of choice, you can let friends know about what we're doing with this one-of-a-kind news source of original content that you cannot find anywhere else. Again, we thank you for your viewership, time, and support. Have a great day.